Okay. Everybody wants deer jerky. Hey, give me deer jerky, Jimmy. Give me deer jerky. Look here. You start with a big old ham. And it's a process to get to the deer jerky part of it that you like so much. But all this fat and skin film has got to come off of here, because you wouldn't like my deer jerky so much if I didn't do this. And it's not a 5-minute job. You know, you see the meat when I post the pictures on Facebook, and then you see the deer jerky. Well, it's a process just to get to the meat part, much less the deer jerky. That's why I tell you, deer jerky is like having a piece of gold. Because Jimmy had to work real hard, him and his wife, to get to the part where you got deer jerky to eat. See, there's pretty red meat in there. But first, you got to get all this fat off. This is what makes the meat taste wild. This is what makes the meat be tough. Now, if you can get all this off, you'll have you some good meat. So, I want to make this video when y'all call and want deer jerky. I'll bring you a shoulder or a ham or something, and you can get busy. Because, yeah, I like to give my friends a little small bag, but mostly I do this for my children, me, and the old lady. Because no matter how good of friends we are, I wouldn't stand over a sink like this and cut meat up to give it away for nothing in the world. Now, if it was easy and I could just wave a wand, say deer jerky, be done, I'd give it away to everybody. So, anybody want some deer jerky? Give me a call. I'll bring you a ham, a shoulder, or something, and you can get busy. And it'll be a while before you have deer jerky. Anyway, that's why I'm making this video. Because people obviously don't know what it takes. Or they wouldn't even ask. If they had to do this themselves, I can guarantee you. Alright, let's look here. Right there, we got to separate each muscle. So, I mean, you can go in the woods, you can shoot your deer, and You think that's all there is to it. And you got deer meat after you shoot him. And skinning and gutting, and you gotta dissect each muscle out. Okay? If you don't, you're gonna have this thin layer of ligament here that runs in between each muscle. If you don't get this white film out, your meat's gonna be tough. It's gonna be gamey, and it's gonna be tough as whip leather. So if you've eaten deer meat and you were like, I don't like the wild taste, or it was tough, this is why. Because most people do not do what I'm doing. Because it's too much work. But this is what I do. Because after I hunt and kill a buck, I want good meat. I don't want tough meat. You got to find these muscles like this. Look at there. See how I'm getting that muscle out? And you got to come in with a good sharp knife and do surgery. So there's a piece of meat. On the back side, we got this film. If you don't get this out, it's going to be tough. And you're not going to be satisfied. You're not going to like deer meat. And you may not like it when you're through watching this video. Because it ain't easy, baby. There's one piece. Alright, here's another muscle right here. Let's go in here and get it out. And the other thing is, I know what I'm doing. It's a lot tougher for the average Joe that's never done it before. Because I've been doing this for years. Okay? Look here, two muscles right here. They got to be separated. See this? See this little film? See right there? That's what you do. You go in there and you get it out. Each muscle has to be separated so you can remove the ligament of skin that's in between them. Okay? And there you go. Now I'm going to have to go back and get all this off, but right now I'm going to dissect out each muscle, and then I'll get on my cutting board and finish taking all this white film off. It has to come off. This has to turn into this if you want good, tender, non-gamey meat. Okay. Nice little muscle here. All this is a little light film on here. And it has to be delicately shaved off till you get to the red meat. I'm gonna do all that on my cutting board. But show you a little bit of right here what we're doing. Okay. And it's tough to get this little thin film off. You waste a little bit of meat, but the more you do it, the better you'll get. And I don't generally do it with this knife. I use my big butcher knife. But I'm just showing you here. You can get down to the red meat. Yeah, that knife's sharp right here, buddy. You gotta have a good sharp knife. Anyway, okay. We got this part. Okay, each muscle right here. Come in. You can stick your fingers in there and you can see the separation with your fingers. You can feel it, and then you can come around and get that muscle out. The bone's right here. Okay, come right down the bone with your knife. Okay. There you go. Now, this muscle, you look at it, you think it's one muscle. No, it ain't that easy. In here, you see the ligaments. Right here, here, here. You got to go in, you got to take every one of these out individually. Okay? So, prepare yourself for a couple hours of work. And then when you get done, call up all your friends and give away all your jerky. It's easy to do, I mean. Right. Okay, let's lay this to the cutting board. Come back in, dissect these muscles out, and get this film of skin off of it. Here's another muscle right here. Not much meat here, but I try to get it off. When you start working with it, you'll see how these muscles are connected. And after a few times, you'll get where you can get a little quicker with it. Okay? Let's go ahead and get this muscle here. And what you do is you put your knife blade, you cut that meat right at the bone. And that way, you don't waste much. You just keep hitting it at the bone, right there with your blade. You're cutting the meat, but you want to be close to the bone and use the tip of your knife, and you'll eventually work it right out, just like that. I gotta still go back in here. It's a muscle right here. Gotta go in there and get this out. You'll see where you can actually grab it and pull it and see it come apart. But you want to use your knife so you don't rip your meat. But see, this film's got to come off. There's a film of that ligament skin like in between each muscle. I mean, you'll see it when you start working with it. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to get this one off the back side here. Just cut in, bone's right here. Follow it around. You can feel the bone with your hand. Just come right around. You can see right here where that muscle goes together with the next one. Come right in there, cut it off. There you go. And now it's a block of meat. So still got to come back in again, like I said. Look right here. Separate it with your hand. You can see it pulled apart. That's a separate muscle. You got to go in and get that apart. Got a little piece of muscle there. That's the way a leg is. Look at your leg. Look at weightlifters. Okay? It's a process. It's a process. There it is right now. Oh yeah. Now this is wasted. That's that fat and ligament. There's your meat right here. I'll come back in and trim everything up good. Get off any excess fat. Okay. Look at some jerky there, baby. Got the head. Got the side of the jerk piece. We'll come in and get all this off. Have us a little piece of whatever you want to do with it, deer jerky, stew meat, whatever you want. Decide you want to do with it. Okay. Well, that's it for that one. Okay. So, what you think, jerky lovers? It ain't easy. There's the meat. It's off of one ham. Now, I got to go back in and take all this film off and stuff like I've been telling you throughout the video. And once I get started with that, get the meat situated, we'll start the video back.